Peter, what is the difference between crank horsepower and wheel horsepower?
Crank horsepower, also called brake horsepower, is the power measured at the engine's crankshaft before any power loss. This is the real number that your engine produces, and it's the number manufacturers advertise. But when you actually put the car on a dyno, you measure wheel horsepower, which is the power that actually reaches the wheels after losses. Trout the drivetrain.
Losses, where does all that power go?
It gets due to mechanical resistance, things like transmission, differential, and drive shaft. There aren't specific percentages, but a front-wheel drive car usually loses about 10% of its power from crank to the wheels. A rear-wheel drive loses around 15%, and an all-wheel drive car can lose around 20% due to extra components.
That makes sense, but why do manufacturers advertise crank horsepower instead of wheel horsepower?
Because crank horsepower is measured in a controlled environment with no drivetrain losses, and it gives a higher, more impressive number. If they used wheel horsepower, cars would sound less powerful on paper. But if you have really good dyno tester, he can calculate crank horsepower mathematically. You really want all of your engine's power to the ground, remove your drivetrain, and just Flintstone it.
You think running everywhere with my feet was fun? Try pushing a stone car uphill, buddy.
Relax, Fred. At least you had 0 drivetrain losses.
Tell that to my knees.
Follow Octane Sorcery for Mechanic Daily Car Knowledge.